exploration, and you're getting on a ship that's the best it could be, but they're learning as they go along, and you get on with a lot of excitement, but just constant trepidation, constantly knowing this could be the end. And in fact, I was supposed to go with my wife, and she tested positive for COVID right before we got on. And so I kissed her goodbye, knowing that might be the last time I'd ever seen her. So nobody walked into this, thinking it was going to be a pleasure cruise, and especially the experts involved, Stockton Rush. They made it as safe as they could make it. They trusted their own lives to it, but they knew it could end this way.
Mm-hmm. You did a podcast about your trip, and you described how the ship is controlled by a joystick from a gaming console, much like an Xbox controller. Tell us about the technology and how it works.
Yes, a lot of people have focused on that as if this is some jerry-rigged, crazy little jalopy that's been slapped together. But it's one of the most reassuring things about the submarine is how very simple it was. It's a pressure-resistant tube that basically drops to the bottom of the ocean. It took 2.5 hours to go kind of straight down, and I actually fell asleep on the trip down. That's how kind of relaxing and meditative the whole thing is. And once you reach the ground, the ship is sort of piloted by two things that just look like a fan you would have on your desk. Very simple. And it is controlled by a joystick from a gaming console, so that even I was able to steer and navigate the submarine for a while. And again, these are all to the good. I mean, simplicity, I think, would be having something overly complicated where you're at the mercy of a lot of technology nobody understands.
Yeah. You also talked on your podcast about how you had to sign a waiver that warned you at least twice that you could die. I want to show this little clip. CBS News reported on this Ocean Gate submersible and described another time when the ship got lost. Let's take a listen.
The billionaires get tickets.
There's no GPS underwater, so the surface ship is supposed to guide the sub to the shipwreck by sending text messages.
Turn 30 degrees right?
Probably, 30 degrees.
But on this dive, communications somehow broke down. The sub never found the wreck.
We were lost. We were lost for 2.5 hours.
So this appears to have happened before, at least.
The ticket's $250,000 to go see the Titanic.
I have to say, I took 4 different dives with.
I don't know why he's got a grin on his face.
3 off of New York City, and communication was lost at least briefly every single time. It just seems baked into the system. I don't blame the submarine as much as I blame deep water, but you would always lose it and come back. And one thing is just the safety involved in these kind of things, where there was one dive we took. As soon as communication went out, we went right back to the surface. We had gone to see a U-boat just off the shore of New York, and we saw it for 1 second, and they said, "We're going back up.
There's the Titanic.
We shouldn't be down here." So,
I don't want to go down there and see it. Are you guys interested?
They take this very seriously.
Well, let's hope this story has a happy ending. Mike
Well, I'm
Reese,
glad
thank
he
you so
isn't
much.
smiling
Appreciate it.
now.
Coming up, the war from above. CNN is with Ukraine's air defenses that are part